Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Tech with Alems Baja. In this video, I will show you how to use the when method in a Laravel application as an alternative to the typical conditional if-else statements in PHP. Let's get started. Now, I have a couple of this code written already, so I'm just going to uncomment them and then just show you how it works. So, in previous time when we don't have the when, like if you're not aware of the when method, you want to ideally what you want to do is to write a request like this and say if the request is title and is equal to Laravel Eloquent queries, search for the title using using this value. So this is just the typical way of using the if statement when you are not aware of the when method. For example, you are not sure, or you are trying to maybe apply filter, just depending on the size of the application, you want to be able to return responses based on a title or based on a name or something. And then sometimes there may be no parameters passed from the request. So you would want to use if statement to check if the parameter you're expecting is available on the request or not. So this is this is just the typical way of doing it. So I'm going to show you how to use when to achieve that in a moment. The when method in Laravel is an easy way to apply condition to a query or collection to determine what block of code to execute when the condition evaluates to be true, without having to use complex if-else conditional statement or blocks. So imagine, for example, you have you are building probably a blogging application, and then you want to search by title, by content, by author name, by the date time, the dates that the post was created. So you're going to be having multiple if statements here. You say if title, if content, if whatever, like in their numbers, and that's quite a lot to do here. But then what when method does is that it makes it easy for you to be able to apply this condition to a particular query. This is the syntax of when method in Laravel. The first argument here is the condition, which is expected to be evaluated to be true. If there is a title parameter on the request, then go ahead to check where status is true. Okay, and then so it applies this query. But if there is not, it will just go ahead to return all the posts. So this is what it looks like. So this is the condition, this is the callback. You may have something like this, like a callback and like an alternative callback that will be applied if this does not evaluate to be true. So it will actually just basically be like, okay, query, you want to return query. Okay, you want to return query where status is false. Okay, so you could have something like this. So this is the basic syntax of the when method. So let's look at some few examples of how the when works, and then I'll just take you to the browser to show you what it looks like. So say, for example, on the browser, you are trying to get posts based on a particular title, or probably based on, you want to search, just like you have the normal search. You want to do a filter, you want to filter post by title or by content. So there is no need to write the if statement all over this place. So you can have the when, and then you have a callback. Then you search by title. If there is a content parameter on the filter or search from the browser request, then you could search the content using that particular value that was passed in. Then you return the response. So this is what it looks like. Pretty much neater, and then way easy to manage. Let me show you what this looks like first. So this is the application running on port 8000, and then probably you want to learn how to build a blog application using Laravel 11. So I have that video on my YouTube channel where I demo how to build a blog application using Laravel 11 and Bootstrap 5. So these are all of the some of the blog posts that we have here, posted by this on this, and then posted by this on this. So if you want to apply, just like I showed you just now, let's say we want to search by title. So we have, this is the title, this is the title. So let's say we want to search by particular title, say title, you want to search by Nisi. So it should return only this. So looking at the function that we just defined now when we're using the when method to check if title parameter is part of the request, and then if there is a value, search in the title column to find out if there's something like Nisi. So when I press enter, so you could see that it returns only Nisi. So if I come back, I think I have one that starts with Chrome, and I press enter, so it returns only this. So it tells you that that is actually working. So when you come to content, there could be different, maybe you have a large content that is written, like maybe a long blog post. So you could actually search by content here, right? So, and then it will return the response for you. That being said, that's how this when method is being used, like a demo to you now on the browser. So it could be any parameter, it could be title or content or anything. So, but then just ensure that you have your validation for anything you are accepting from a user. So you want to check if the title is there and it's not empty. You want to ensure that it is a string, and then you want to ensure that content is not empty. So you need to apply validations. Very important. So I will not be covering validations in this tutorial. If you want to learn about validation in Laravel, just kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be creating a Laravel series where I will go in depth on how validation works in Laravel. Two other methods that are important when you are using the when method in Laravel is when empty and when not empty. So for example, like I explained before, you have the when method. So you have, this is the condition, this is the callback, and this is the alternative callback. So what we're saying here is, if there is a parameter called active on the request from the browser, show all the blog posts that their status is true. If there is no active parameter on the browser request, show all of the blog posts that their status are false. Okay, so it's just like saying you want to show blog posts that are active, or blog posts that are validated, or blog posts that are approved, and you want to show blog posts that are not approved. And now you could actually apply a method called when empty. So this takes a callback function, and then you could say, so you could do whatever you want to do when it is empty. Probably you want to return an empty array when it is empty. Okay, so but then I'll just focus more on when not empty, because that's quite really helpful. Because most times you would, if you want to check for this, you would do counts greater than 0, or you do for else. Probably you want to be sure that, yeah, this is actually returning a collection. But you can use when not empty method. Okay, so it takes a for callback and then taking all the items. So I'm using UC words here. I want to uppercase the first character of each word in a string. So all of the title that we have here, because the user might type them in small letters, so I want to be able to make it more presentable. So I'm making all the first character of each word in the string of the title to be uppercase. So let's head back to the browser so that I can show you how that works. Yeah, so when you head back to the browser, so let's say for example, you want to get this could be within a blade file. Probably you have a part of your application where you say active, inactive, maybe for an admin. So I just do active here, and then it returns. You could see now the first character of each string is uppercase, because that's what we actually did here just now. So that's what this active actually does. In the code I just showed you, I said if there is no active, check for blog posts that are false and return. So apparently there are no blog posts available that have the status of false. But if you say for true, there are ones that are active. So this is basically what it looks like when you want to use a when method in a Laravel application. So yeah, the application of Laravel when method in Eloquent queries or collection allows you to apply conditions without using typical conditional if-else statements. So this makes the code simple, particularly when filtering data. It makes it clean and more readable. You can chain multiple when methods to handle for different conditions at a go. However, it's important to carefully review the first argument that contains custom conditions, as the callback will be executed if the condition evaluates to be true. So if, for example, what I did there when I say active, I now went ahead to say where status is false. What that means is, regardless of what is happening, as long as this evaluates to be true, it will always execute the line of codes that are within the first block action where the condition was executed to be true. So you have to be very careful. You have to apply caution when you are actually defining condition when you are using the when method in a Laravel application. So let me know what you think about the when method in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, click on the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell. Kindly share this video with your community or wherever you belong to. It could help someone else. Until next time, bye.